Hey everybody, Mary here with Chicago Title, and today I want to talk about prelims, how to read them, what to look for, anything that you should be paying attention to as an agent. I want to help you guys out and make you guys proficient in prelim reading. Hope you enjoy. This is page 1 of the prelim. We pretty much skip right over it. This is page 3 of our prelim. This is where you're going to want to go for all of our information in one place. Title officer, escrow officer, order numbers, address, and of course our vesting. That's item number 2, and that's the main thing to look for on this page, is to make sure that our vesting is correct. Exhibit A, this is where we get into the fun stuff, easements. I get a lot of questions on easements. Let's pause for a hot sec. What is an easement? An easement is the right to access. Whether you're sharing a driveway, it's the rear 5 feet, it's the city having access to the rear 5 feet for the pole lines, conduits, sewer lines, all that good stuff. Those are easements. It is simply the right to access. So anything that you would see here in your Exhibit A, this is part of your legal description. This is for your benefit. This is where you're going to see those shared driveway easements. Make sure when you're checking if you're the buyer's agent or listing agent and you have a vacant lot next door to the house, make sure both parcels are being referenced here. This is the page to look for everything pertaining to your legal description. Oh, the exceptions. These are the meat and potatoes of the prelims. Any vesting issues, any vesting discrepancies, any liens, any judgments, any back taxes, all of that's going to be loaded here in your exception. When you see, if you were to see any liens, loans, judgments, all that kind of stuff, like there's 2 loans already listed here, 99.9% of the time, 100% of the time, it has to be cleared before we close. Otherwise, we would not be issuing clear title. And then what are we even doing here? Otherwise, we wouldn't be making it merry on our prelims here and issuing clear title, so have that peace of mind. Also going to see easements listed here in the exceptions, not solely in our Exhibit A like we just saw earlier. So the easements that you see here are 9 times out of 10 going to be like pole lines, sewer lines, conduits, something to do with the city. If you do see easements here for ingress and egress, just like we saw in our Exhibit A, that just means that it wasn't exclusive to our property. There's probably another property that benefits from it as well, and that's why it's going to be listed here as well. You're going to see any judgments, any back taxes. That's your exceptions. That's the meat and potatoes of the prelim. That's everything to look for on here. Most common thing we see on here, most common discrepancy would be when we run someone's name and find a lien against them, and it's not actually our seller. So if we show a John Smith on title and there's a John R. Smith who owes 10 grand in back taxes, how do we verify who's who and who's actually supposed to be on our prelim? The statement of information. The statement of information is a very, very important document that you should fill out as soon as you possibly can with your clients, just to avoid any hiccups on the prelim and to avoid any liens that might actually be theirs. So that's how we would get that removed. We cross-reference that with the general index and we remove any liens that don't actually pertain to our John Smith. And now, end of exceptions. This just means that the prelim is done. I now pronounce you proficient in prelims. Thank you for coming to my crash course.